Hi, my name is David Platt, and I have the privilege of pastoring the church at Brook Hills in Birmingham, Alabama. As a pastor, I understand my role as shepherding the people of God on the mission of God for the glory of God. And that entire role revolves around preaching the Bible, preaching God's word. This is how God desires his people to be led, shepherded through his word and the power of his spirit. This is what his people need most, to hear from him. His word penetrates the deepest points of our hearts and our minds and our lives and changes everything about the way we live when we hear from him. This word is intended to be proclaimed. The great commission that Jesus has given us is to go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And this is all for his glory. God is glorified in his word. In the preaching of his word, we see in greater measure the greatness of his character, the glory of who he is. God reveals himself in his word. So as a pastor, that's the way I'm approaching ministry and preaching on a week-by-week basis, and this people that God's entrusted me to shepherd. And so now to have an opportunity to partner together with Moody Radio and taking the preaching that's happening here in this local church on a week-by-week basis and hopefully serve the broader church in some way with that, just it thrills me to think about the possibilities of how God would encourage his people with his word, that his word would penetrate into hearts and minds and lives, that it would compel people to make disciples who make disciples who make disciples of all nations, teaching them to obey everything Christ has commanded us, all to the end of this partnership would echo to the glory of God, that God would receive more and more and more glory, that his name would be more and more and more hallowed in people's hearts, in people's lives, here and around the world through the preaching of his word. So I'm thrilled and overwhelmed by the grace of God in providing this opportunity for partnership, and I look forward to ways that I pray he will use it for his name's sake.